Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing series videos I'll be doing for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I sure hope this is good because I'm hungry and people are stupid. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's definitely the case today. I went over there, got off work, decided to go over there and stop off at Speedway, grab a couple things, and really I just wanted something to munch on, man. I was hungry, I worked all fucking night, didn't have a lot in the way of lunch, just like some basic snack shit. I was like, all right, I'll go get some pizza. No, they don't have any pizza ready right now. All right, fine. So I decided to go over there to the rollers, right? They got the rollers going. You got your hot dogs, your fucking tornadoes, all that shit. It's like, all right, fine, I'll just fucking grab some of those. Well, there's only one pair of tongs, and the slowest, stupidest human being is the one using them. And, he apparently wants, every single thing. Because it got to a point where it was like, okay, one or two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to just leave, or I'm going to have to actually knock him out of the way, get his stuff for him, because I don't have confidence in him. And I finally was just like, fuck it. So I went over there, I grabbed a couple other items. Anyway, so what is it that I'm trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, this is the first of the items that I got. Damn well better be good. Boom, it's these! It's Cinnabon donuts. Cinnabon bakery inspired cinnamon swirled cake donuts. So it's Cinnabon inspired. Does that mean that it's from Cinnabon, or... Cinnamon cake donuts crafted with Cinnabon cinnamon and coated in a vanilla glaze. Ooh. Are you from Cinnabon, or is this like a marketing thing? No, it seems like it's from Cinnabon. Okay. I'm surprised that they're Cinnabon inspired. I mean, if you made it. Alright. So yeah, man, I like a Cinnabon every now and again. So, let's go ahead, open up the thing. Grab one of the things. It smells like a Cinnabon. I'm happy about that. Let's do a thing, and then we'll do a thing for the thing. That'll be the thing that we do. On the better side, please. Can we get a thing? Can we get a thing? Ha 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 ha! Sure. Let's try out a donut. One thing I wasn't expecting, it actually has kind of that Cinnabon texture. Obviously it's not warm, it's not, ooey and gooey the way that you'd like a proper Cinnabon to be, but it's got that kind of that almost breakaway pastry texture. I was expecting it to be more just generic cake donut, but it's got a little bit of that give that I like that. It's cinnamony. It's very sweet. I'm annoyingly hungry right now. And that one guy, like I say, pissed me the hell off. So, yeah, man, that's pretty good. But it's not just about if it's good. We have to go off of how well is it emulating the Cinnabon experience. Now, again, it's not going to be anything close to one-to-one. You go to a Cinnabon, you get one freshly made, hopefully, with the warm, and it's delicious, and you got the stuff you can pour on it. It can't replicate that. It's a pre-made item. But, like I said, I was surprised that the texture actually reminds me a little bit of the Cinnabon aspect. the cinnamon aspect is there, Again, maybe not as, as pronounced as in a proper Cinnabon, but like it's there, it's doing its thing. It's a respectable amount of cinnamon. Where it really kind of falls down, of course, is it just, you don't have the, I can't even think of what the hell to call it off the top of my head. You don't have, like, the cream sauce to go over there, the sugary stuff, the vanilla, whatever. You don't have that to go over there and pour on it. Now, like I said, they have, like, a vanilla frosting. That's kind of trying to emulate a little bit. Yeah, it just, it's trying, but trying, I have to emphasize, like, it's definitely not, it's the weakest part of this. Now, it doesn't taste bad or anything, but it's one of those things where the rest of it you can kind of get away with, because, like, okay, it's a donut versus a little Cinnabon thing, okay, and then on top of that, it's, all right, cinnamon, okay, but that whole thing, having a glaze versus, like, having, the proper stuff that you can pour on yourself, it's too vast a difference, for it to really be able to make that up. But it's soft, it's moist, it's got a nice cinnamon flavor to it that I enjoy quite a bit. There's no, like, weird aftertaste or anything. And the glaze itself, it is at least trying to be, the thing that it's emulating. It does have a somewhat similar flavor. And overall, it's good. Like, it's just really tasty donut. Yeah, so, okay. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, right now it's getting extra points because I'm super hungry. But I'm going to go with occasionally and sure. So I think for me personally, like I said, because I like it overall. I think it's tasty. It didn't exactly wow me, but, like, there were aspects that exceeded my expectations. And for it being what it is, it's not a completely unreasonable facsimile of what it's trying to present itself as. It's not going to be as good as the real deal, of course. But it's a prepackaged thing, something you can just pick up and grab and go. There is something to be said for that. And in that regard, I think for myself, yeah, because I'm not always going to go to a Cinnabon. It's not like I think I got, like, maybe 2 around me. One's in a gas station. I'm not usually going to go out that far. But this, every now and again, sure, I could see myself grabbing it, because ultimately it is just tasty and cinnamon and it's good. If I'm recommending it to other people, absolutely. I think give it a go. Just be reasonable with your expectations, and I think that most people would anyway. But yeah, if you're expecting it to taste like a proper Cinnabon, of course it's not going to do that. But as for it just being what it is, I mean, yeah, it's a tasty little cinnamon donut with a decent tasting glaze. No weird aftertaste or anything like that. It's tasty and good. So, 5 things for you out here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend the rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly proper Cinnabon-tastic rest of your life. I mean, Cinnabons are just fucking amazing, man. Like, it's one of those things where I lament the fact that I don't have them more often, but then I also think to myself, no, that's probably for the best. I don't think I need to have that many more Cinnabons in my life. Best they be used as an occasional decadent treat. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating, just bullshit sometimes. And when we have to deal with those situations in our lives, it's important we go over there. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe you're going to watch this video, and maybe you're like, you know what, I haven't had a Cinnabon in fucking for goddamn ever. So then you go over there and you go out to Cinnabon, you have a Cinnabon, it's a wonderful thing, and then maybe while you're over there, you're sitting there, you're eating your Cinnabon, maybe you lock eyes with somebody, right? You know, they're a good-looking person, you're a good-looking person. Maybe you go over there, you start chatting over this Cinnabon stuff. Maybe you go over there, you bring up my channel a little bit. I'm just saying, just a little bit, just like, hey, yeah, I was watching this thing, there was this guy. And maybe you go over there, a little time goes by, you start becoming a little bit more serious. Year or so goes by, maybe now you're engaged, so on and so forth. And maybe I'll have just gone over there and inadvertently helped you score your significant other. And in which case, yeah, if you wanted to go over there and like name a kid after me, I'm just saying, you don't have to, but I wouldn't mind it. Or conversely, don't name your kids after me, because then you end up in situations where, you're a Brandon, you run into Brendans, it's a whole thing. We need to put it behind us and all work together for peace, but I just know in my heart that I just won't ever be able to do that. If you name your kid Brandon, they won't be able to either. Anyway, bye.